Have you ever asked an AI a question, hoping for some brilliant insight, only to get an answer so generic it's completely useless? Yeah, we've all been there. Well, today we're diving into the Precision Prompting Manual. We're going to show you exactly how to stop getting those vague responses and start getting powerful, razor-sharp results from AI.
Ah, yes, this old chestnut, the classic AI non-answer. You know, it's the digital version of a shrug, a polite way of saying, "You're on your own, pal." It is so frustrating. But what if I told you the problem isn't actually the AI? That's right. The secret to getting better answers isn't some hidden setting in the AI. It's in how we ask the questions. We need to stop asking nicely and start giving precise instructions. And it all comes down to one really powerful idea: the constraint. So here's our game plan. We're going to take you on a little journey from being a simple prompter to becoming a full-blown AI architect. We'll start with the basics of what constraints are, level up with some killer tactics, and then get into advanced techniques that will totally change the way you talk to AI. By the end of this, you're going to have a whole new toolkit to work with.
Okay, so what is this art of the constraint? Think about it like this. Instead of asking a friend, "Hey, where should we eat?" you say, "I want Italian, under $20 a person, and it has to have outdoor seating." See the difference? You're not just asking a question, you're building a box that forces them to find the perfect answer. That's what we're doing with AI.
Let's start with level 1, the foundational constraints. These are your bread and butter tools. They're simple, but they are incredibly powerful for wiping out those frustratingly vague answers and, you guessed it, forcing the AI to give you a straight answer. First up, the commitment requirement. This is your #1 weapon against wishy-washy AI. Instead of just getting a list of pros and cons, you force the AI to plant a flag, pick a side, and then argue for why it's the right choice. It makes neutrality impossible. Just look at the difference here. It's night and day. The generic prompt on the left, you're going to get that "it depends" answer. But the precision prompt on the right, it forces the AI to make a real choice, justify it, and even tell you what you're giving up, the opportunity cost. Now that's an answer you can actually use.
Next, we have the trade-off constraint. This one is all about getting advice that reflects the real world. You know, life is full of trade-offs. So instead of asking for a workout plan that's super quick and super effective, you force the AI to prioritize one over the other. This gives you a practical strategy, not a fantasy.
And finally, for this level, failure modes with diagnostics. This basically turns your AI into a detective. So if your car won't start, you don't just get a list of could be the battery, could be the alternator. You get a guide. If you hear a clicking sound, test the battery. If the lights are dim, check this. It turns a vague list of possibilities into a real troubleshooting guide.
Okay, you've mastered the fundamentals. Now it's time to level up. Welcome to level 2, the tactical playbook. This is where we stop just guiding the AI and start changing the rules of the game to make it think in totally new ways. First tactic, the specific lens with incentives. This is where you give your AI a job with consequences. You're not just asking for advice, you're saying, act like a high-paid consultant whose work will be audited. All of a sudden, the stakes are higher. The AI is incentivized to give you well-researched, defensible answers because bad advice is now expensive. Next up, the toolbox restriction. You know those answers where the AI just throws everything at the wall to see what sticks, the kitchen sink approach? This technique stops that cold. By telling the AI it can only use one specific framework, like game theory for a salary negotiation, you get a deep, focused analysis instead of a shallow, scattered one. And check out the power of just changing the format. Asking, "Should I quit my job?" gets you a boring pros and cons list. But asking for a journal entry from a year in the future? Whoa, now you're getting a story. You're forcing the AI to think through consequences, emotions, and the little details you might have underestimated. It's a game changer. All right, are you ready for the masterclass? This is level 3, we're moving beyond guiding the AI to actually architecting its entire thought process. These techniques give you an unbelievable amount of control over the AI's output. First up is something called adversarial prompt chaining. It's awesome. You basically force the AI to have a debate with itself. It has to propose an idea, then brutally critique its own idea from an opposing viewpoint, and finally refine the original idea to make it stronger. The answer you get at the end is incredibly robust because it's already survived its own toughest criticism. So it's a simple 3-step process. First, you have the proposer, your eternal optimist with a great new idea. Then the critic comes in, the total skeptic, and pokes every possible hole in it. And finally, the refiner,
The pragmatist takes that feedback and builds the idea back up, but now it's stronger, smarter, and ready for the real world.
Next, probability inversion. This is how you force the AI to stop sounding like a bland corporate memo. You identify all those tired, generic buzzwords, and you ban them. By removing its crutches, you force the AI to find new, more creative, and more insightful ways to say things.
So when you ban empty words like synergy or optimize, the AI is forced to talk about what's actually happening. Instead of optimizing synergy, it has to talk about reducing friction between two teams or managing the anxiety of a deadline. You get advice grounded in reality, not just jargon. And for our final advanced technique, scoring rules. This is where you literally turn prompting into a game. You set up a point system where the AI gets rewarded for giving you specific, quantifiable data and gets penalized for vague, useless advice. Its goal is no longer just to be helpful, it's to get the high score. Take a look at this example for buying a used car. The AI gets points for specific dollar costs, like new tires will cost $800, but it loses big points for saying something vague like it might need repairs. This system forces it to do the hard work and dig up the specific details you actually need to make a good decision. And there you have it. We've gone from foundational constraints all the way to advanced prompt architecture. You now have a complete toolkit that takes you from being a passive user who just asks questions to an active architect who designs the AI's entire reasoning process. And this right here is the biggest takeaway. With the right constraints, you are no longer at the mercy of the AI. You are in the driver's seat. You're not just a user anymore. You're an architect, designing the very logic that produces your answer.
Honestly, this is so much more than just a new way to write prompts. It's a new way to think, a new way to solve problems, a new way to create. So I'll leave you with this question. Now that you can architect the answer, what are you going to build?